Okay, hey everyone. Today I'm going to be reading different highlighted parts from the Bible. I've tried to record this video twice now. I can't seem to get through it because I don't do videos and I'm really not used to it. But bear with me because I do have things to say. So, let's see here. Let's start with this, right? Unless one is born from above, he is unable to see the reign of Elohim. Right? Well, let's go. Now see, I'm going to use Gnostic terms because it's the best sort of thing to use. It basically, to me, that means if you're born of the Pleroma, if you are a child of the Pleroma, the Father, the living Father, then you will see and understand the reign of Elohim. Truly I say to you, unless one is born of water and the Spirit. So this is strange, right? Because it's mentioning water. Also, the living waters are a weird thing. I don't understand the living waters. You had back in Babylon, you had Inki and the living waters. Gives they're not handbags, they're buckets of the living waters, which he gave to the Abkalu, right? Well, Jesus mentions the living water like multiple times, and I don't know what the living water is or is supposed to represent. I'm not sure. Could be something to do with semen retention, because you have Jesus dying at 33, which is the you have 33 vertebrae up to the skull, which is the temple, which is where Jesus died, Golgotha, the place of the skull. So it could be something to do with that. The living water could, in this term, could be something to do with retention. I don't know. Okay. Unless you are born of the Spirit, of water and the Spirit, he is unable to enter into the reign of Elohim. That which has been born of the flesh is flesh, and that which has been born of the Spirit is spirit. Do not marvel that I said to you, you have been born from above. The Spirit breathes where it wants, and you hear the sound of it, but do not know where it comes from, and where it goes. So is everyone who has been born of the Spirit. See, in terms of reincarnation, those who are born of the Spirit and have awareness and understanding, they will leave this realm because they know where they are and what they are, being a shard of the Pleroma. But those who are archonic and don't have the ability to understand things properly, they will not leave this realm until they have leveled up. They will reincarnate. They'll come out of the body. Oh, I'm dead. Boom. Go somewhere else. Reincarnate. Come back as a different person. Same spirit, different body. I've probably been there quite a few times now. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you're an archonic spirit if you've been here multiple times. It just means that you've had a lot to learn. And that means, I don't know. At the end of the day, I don't know. But still. Okay. Let's see. For everyone who is practicing evil hates the light and does not come to the light, lest his works should be exposed. But the one doing truth comes to the light, so that his works are clearly seen, that they have been wrought in Elohim. Let's see. This is cool. There's a woman at it says Yaakov's fountain. And basically it says the woman of Shemiron, therefore said to him, "How is it that you, being a UV, being a Jew or something, I'm not sure, asks a drink from me, a woman of Shemiron? For the Jews do not associate with Shomeronites. I can't pronounce that word. This is cool. Jesus answered and said, "If you knew the gift of Elohim, and who it is who says to you, 'Give me to drink,' you would have asked him, and he would have given you living water." That's pretty cool. When I read that the first time, I thought, oh, that's nice. That's cool. See, again, there you are, living water. What is living water? Because if there is the living water, and you are born of water and spirit, obviously baptisment comprises of light. What was it? Light reflection and water, or light and water. What was it? It was either the 2 or 3 things that comprises of baptisement. Anyway, let's see. There was a master. What is this one? The nobleman said to him, "Master, come down before my child dies." Jesus said to him, "Go, your son lives." And the man believed the word that Jesus spoke to him, and went. And while he was going down, his servants met him, reported, saying, "Your son lives." Ah, that was the Roman, wasn't it? That was the Roman guy, wasn't it? I'm not sure. But there was a Roman who came to him and said, "I don't need you to come to my house. All you need to do is say the word and I'll believe it. Because I have soldiers who I tell them to do things far away, and they'll do it, and I know they do it." So, upon that basis, he believed in Jesus, and apparently healed his son. Well, I can't prove that, but I feel that there is some element of truth in that. So, maybe, maybe not, I don't know. It's all part of the puzzle, part of the puzzle that we have to put together. Okay, there's a lot of highlighted stuff here. It says, we drew, Jesus went up into the sanctuary, and he was teaching, and the Jews were marveling, saying, "How does this man know letters, not having learned?" Jesus answered them and said, "My teaching is not mine, but he who sent me." Again, this is not my teaching. This is the teaching of who sent me. Meaning, because I've written things that are very, very profound. But those teachings that come forth from me are not from me as me. The same person who may write a fantasy story or a comment on a YouTube video. It comes both from my spirit and the spirit of the Father as one, because my spirit is probably a shard of the Pleroma also, in the sense that you can say those who are born of the Pleroma, those who have the spirit, are children of the living Father, of the Pleroma, instead of being the son or daughters of. But then, it doesn't really matter. You can say that either way. But what it means is that you have awareness to a very high degree, more so than anyone else, to the point that you are then outcast and become a black sheep. So, see here, look. It says, okay, "You both know me, and you know where I am from. And I have not come of myself, but of he who sent me is true." Yeah, but he who sent me is true, whom you do not know. But I know him, because I am from him, and he sent me. So they were seeking to seize him, but no one laid a hand on him, because his hour had not yet come. So that, This was all then planned out from the beginning. In the Gnostic Pistis Sophia, basically, Jesus planned his life from the beginning and entered into this realm through a proverbial back door, like Neo from the Matrix. He got in inconspicuously, without the knowledge of the Elder Baoth, the Demiurge. And because of that, he could do all the things he did. And see, there's tons and tons of mysteries that have to be uncovered. Some people would say, obviously, oh well, it's a play. It's not real, or it's allegory more than it is reality. The Shroud of Turin isn't real. Blah 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 blah. Well, some people, one of whom I really do like the content of, fantastic guy. See, let me call him out. Okay, so RKX, I love your content. I watch you all the time. You've taught me so much. But the only question I have for you about the Shroud of Turin is, I'll put it this way. What then is so special about this Norman knight that his body, front and back, are imprinted upon a nanometer of fabric or cloth? It must be a pretty special Norman knight, and if this is the only one of its kind, you can't necessarily say, oh, it's just an anomaly, whoopsie daisy, they've painted on blood, because that's ridiculous. It's the receipt of Jesus' life. Well, sure, if it is an anomaly, there have to be more anomalies of the same nature. More shrouds, more imprintings of people's face or body or whatnot. So, yeah, I don't think it's a Norman knight. I don't agree with you there. That's the only thing I really disagree with RKX on. And that's it. Just that one thing. Just the Shroud of Turin. Maybe, the Old Testament and New Testament were written almost after one another. Okay. That's fine. That doesn't really fuck anything up. Because the thing is, I don't set my beliefs in concrete. I believe something until I am proven wrong or otherwise. And if that day never comes, I will keep believing it, based on the evidence that I'm provided and the things that I perceive. So, yeah. But look, all in good fun, all in good nature. It's not in, hatred or anything like that. Just a question. So, love you, RKX. Fantastic stuff. Now, what is this? If Elohim were your father... Okay, so basically, Jesus said to them, if Elohim were your father, you would love me, for I came forth from Elohim, and am here... Yeah, and am here. For I have not come of myself, but he who sent me. Again, he's saying. Now this is a cool part, right? This is kind of Gnostic. Correlation here. You are of, because he said, okay, so, let me, yeah. Why do you know, it says, talking to the Jews, basically. He says, you are of your father, highlighted, you are of your father, the devil. And the desires of your father, you want to do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and has not stood in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaks the lie, he speaks of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. And because I speak truth, you do not believe me. Who of you proves me wrong concerning sin? And if I speak the truth, why do you not believe me? He who is of Elohim hears the words of Elohim. Therefore, you do not hear because you are not of Elohim. So there we are. He's saying that, basically, you naughty Jews are of your father, the devil, Yaldabaoth, whom you sacrifice to, whom, if not under Roman jurisdiction at the time, would have probably sacrificed people instead of just, the lamb. So, all bringing their fucking lambs over to sacrifice them. Oh, cut this one open. Like, great. Giving lambs here, like... It's in their nature. But, if we're to go from... Okay, this is very niche. This is very, this is upon archaics basis. I think he said it was the Mayans who... Or, I don't know. But it was about race. He basically said that they wrote, or depicted, that after each Phoenix event, which is a cataclysm that happens, it's a big thing. After each cataclysm, a new race would be introduced to the world. Some with 6 fingers. Okay, let's do big heads this time. Okay, let's do Asian this time. And the Archons kept reiterating. So the civilizations would be wiped out, but the bloodlines, he said, would continue. And they have. That's why we have many races. Because it's not evolution. That's a load of bollocks. So, the Jews, then, may have been created as the race of the Archons. But I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. See, but that doesn't mean that because you are Jewish, you are evil inherently. It just means that you have been born of an archonic faith and an archonic sort of system, body, which you need to remove yourself from and level up to the point of being pleromic, which doesn't have all of the sort of poisonous elements and faiths and traditions as the Judean religion. So, people who don't cut coins. See here, he goes into the temple, I think. Oh no, I'm not sure. It has been written, "My house is a house of prayer, but you have made it a den of robbers." Again, these archonic people are doing what they know best. Stealing, robbing, selling, bartering. That's basically my video today. Very random, but different points of interest to think about, and different sort of things that you can ruminate upon. I don't think I have anything else to say, but the next video is, I don't know, I don't have a plan for these videos. I really just find it easier to rant about things and talk, be myself, find people like me. So, if you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe, as per YouTube's way. And if you want to find like-minded people, join the Discord server. At the moment, there's no one in there. But if you join it, there will be. So, join the Discord server, Order of the Black Sheep, and have a nice day. Okay.